Great cold open.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, bro. You
The
know
whole
it.
quest for the core, you know?
You know it.
It's
Complete
really
silence followed by great cold open, guys.
few coughs. It's like, oh, I see. Start.
You're a
Philosophers will be
pin
breaking
drop in the
that one
background.
down. I coughed once. Philosophers will be breaking that down for centuries to come. They'll look back on this media.
That's fair. If we ever end up doing live shows, we just have to have the whole cast walk onto stage at the same time and not say anything for a minute straight, and just demand absolute silence. No clapping, no cheering, nothing.
Everyone just thinks it's like
As
a moment
per-
of silence.
As per the Quest for the Court tradition, for our cold opening, we demand pure silence for a total amount of 1 minute and 30 seconds. Go. Great cold open, guys.
Yep.
Oh man, if you actually thought I was gonna sit there and wait for 1 minute and 30 seconds, you're a fucking clown.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's been 1 minute and 32 seconds, buddy.
Oh, works out.
An even better cold open.
Cold openception. We're breaking the fourth wall.
Cold opens inside of a cold open. Inside of cold open.
Speaking of cold open, I don't have a water bottle. That's upsetting. I'm thirsty.
Unfortunate. And we just started the recording. I'll do the intro. Waterless. Bro, Quest for the Core cold opening, no drink?
Jesus.
Impossible challenge.
Impossible, some may say.
No one will ever get it done.
God.
Even I had to take a drink during that cold open. God.
Anyway, welcome back to Korner K4, episode 60-something. I'm your host. You know who I am. Joined by only 2 out of the 3. Because Mr. Oid is absent.
Cringe nay baby even.
He's gone but not forgotten. That's right, he's dead. I killed him.
Yes. The
Oh,
ninja body regained sentience and slaughtered him in his sleep.
You know it. Anyway, last time our group made it to the super city of Atlanta and did their thing of finding a job. And they found a job, and that job was to help prepare a young man to attend a big party happening at a weird mineshaft nightclub.
Well, that was one job. That was one job.
Yeah,
we all
but
kinda
there were
just
multiple,
took
but they all
part
kind of converged in the same place.
Yeah, it was really a meeting of the minds for that one.
Yeah,
he really had the home team betting for him on that one.
Yeah, because Mr. Zetsubo over here, he was the DJ at the bar, Blythefall's Folly, owned by Mr. Moonshine, a sinister, genteel southern man, and the prospector, who is a crazy old coot.
Not that old.
That Oid stole the face of and just became the prospector.
Yeah.
And people were like, man, have you seen that other prospector?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good times, good times.
Yeah. And I would consider the mission last time successful. And then the group decided to head back to their hotel and take the night off.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah. That's pretty much plot synopsis.
All right. So then, sun comes up. You guys are all well rested, Rel Wested. What do you guys want to do?
First things first. I self-immolate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna start looking around, see what jobs are on the open market. Some of the more unsavory websites.
What jobs are available? None.
Fantastic. Is it a new day yet?
I mean, it's a new day, yeah?
Can I check my stocks?
No.
Oh, man, that kind of sucks. I only hope they're doing good.
That's our morning coffee. If we check stocks, hasn't changed. Damn it.
Everything is plateaued in Ryanstown. Now that we're not there. What is the time frame on us checking stocks? Because it's been a couple days now. It's been like
I mean,
2
it's
days.
it's usually like at least a week or two.
Bro, when was the last time we checked stocks?
Not
Like
within
right
a week
before
or
you
two.
left.
Damn. All right. My passive income is getting harder to income passively. Alright. Anything like general protection, uh, assassinations, violence in general, protection in general,
And there's like a
something
bounty
to that
board.
effect. Yeah, I'll check that.
Okay. Let me look on my bounty board. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Well. Okay. Oh, we'll see. So one of the probably like the most common item category, the most populous item category on that's the city of Atlanta's like general third-party contractor job listing forums is a bunch of jobs all put out by various heavy industry and mining companies asking people to hunt down and retrieve rogue employees.
All right. What are we looking at here? As in, like what kind of offenders are these? Like, they've just fleed company jurisdiction, or
Well, the way that the mining project works, where Bloodfall's Folly is, the Blue Ridge mining projects, the way that like district is set up is that the menial workers, the laborers, and you know the people on the bottom of the totem pole, they are effectively indentured workers.
okay.
They are slaves to the company store, to quote a good song from a long time ago. So that most of these people are sort of born into a company position and then are burdened with their family debt that keeps them from being able to quit or leave or increase their station or anything.
Okay.
And some of them get sick and tired of being debtors, working for pennies on the dollar, and flee the city entirely because Atlanta doesn't really have dead zones in the way that Ryanstown or Chicago or LA does. Because Atlanta is too nice and pristine in most of its districts to allow for that kind of stain on its skyline. So instead, these debtors have no choice but to basically sprint into the Appalachian Mountains and just hope they don't get eaten by a bear or a crazy cannibal tribesman.
Where a cannibal bear tries me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's the average pay looking like?
A couple thousand.
Hmm.
Generally, you get the sense that that Atlanta has like a whole economy of mercenaries who are professional debtor hunters, basically.
So bounty hunters, essentially, more or
Well,
less.
more like slave catchers, but yes.
Oh.
And that they they literally have like dogs and are like expert trackers and know the mountains very well and can like know like the likeliest places for people to go if they're running away from trouble in the company or something, and they will rock up and drag you off kicking and screaming back into the city.
Hmm.
Where you belong.
All right. Um. Yeah, I'll take some looks at that. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna message the guy over. I think his name was like what, Moonshine or something.
Hmm.
The guy that ran the bar.
Yeah, Moonshine.
I think I'm gonna message him. Be like, hey, got any jobs of the unsavory kind?
He says that he has that he's got a couple of things that you and your compatriots might be interested in.
Okay.
But you can stop by the mine if you want to have a chat.
Yeah, sure. I'll message the other two, see if they've got anything going on for the day.
No.
Bonus sends back a shrug emoji.
I like him. All right. I'll. Well, Bonus is in the same room as me. What am I doing?
Yeah, but he still tags you a shrug emoji.
Looks over, still
uh,
sends it.
yeah. I'll drag them along.
Okay. So you guys go back to the mine, and you wait outside the little like clearing out front for a couple minutes, and Moonshine comes around and removes the wooden boards that block off entrance to the shaft, and then you guys enter the mine, and again it is abandoned. There is only Moonshine and the prospector here. None of his henchmen are hanging around or anything after the party the night before. It seems to be just him and the prospector and the vast cave network.
Okay.
And he takes you guys back to like the bar where you all the one that's in the main big cavern area where you had bought drinks and stuff the night previous, and he basically lays out three potential jobs that he thinks could use some Yankee skill, shall we say,
Okay.
to use his word. The first one is a young woman contacted Moonshine requesting some temporary security to help keep watch over a greenhouse of hers and protect it against sabotage. Another job offering is the ambush and theft of an industrial-sized oh god, I forget, like dump truck, basically,
Uh,
full of unprocessed minerals and ore. And then the third option is a job from Bullseye Advertising, the international media conglomerate, to steal data from another massive local corporation.
By sheer precedence, I cannot work for Bullseye, even if I'm employed under mercenarial contract. So I'll I'll take a second to think about it, and I'll be like, I mean, I can jump on that protection detail.
Okay.
Is there any time frame on that protection detail?
Well, generally, it
I
seems that, at least from what Moonshine says, this young lady only is looking for, a couple of days, or as long as, it can be provided. It seems like she reached out to Moonshine in general and was like, whoever you have that will do this, I just need somebody. I don't care who it is. And, he proposed the offer to you.
Okay.
So if you don't
I think
take it,
that
somebody else will. If you guys leave before the contract is up, he'll pay you the part that you earned, and then he will replace you with
okay.
another local guy.
I
How
think that'll
long?
do for us.
Uh, how long do they want us to go?
However long you can. That's the point.
Yeah. So
Ah,
if we can do it for 2 days, that's 2 days worth of pay. If we
Yeah.
can do it for one day, then that's one day worth of pay. It all depends on how long we want to spend in Georgia. I think we settle on like what, 4 days, right? There's
and
4 of us in the group, so each of us pays a day, if I'm not mistaken. We've already spent what, one day here?
technically two.
Well,
Yeah.
technically yes, but you get what I mean. So, all right, I guess we can take that one.
Okay. So in that case, Moonshine will give you the address to this greenhouse that seems to be adjacent to like a bunch of apartment buildings and stuff near the middle of the city. And then he tells you that your boss, the woman who hired Moonshine and his groupies, will be meeting you there.
What's the pay threshold on this?
Generally, probably 6K in total per day, so 2K for each of you.
Okay.
I'll be back.
So this is gonna be on a salary then.
Well, yeah, it's however long you can stay or however long you want to do it, you get paid for the time you do.
Well, we got 2 days to do this for us, if we want to take both days to do this job. So, all right. That
Okay.
works for me.
Alrighty. So I assume you guys are going to head to the address then?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys drive 45 minutes to an hour, halfway across the city, and you eventually, uh, driving through Atlanta's nicer, clean streets, you notice that there is this big, 50, 60 story tall apartment skyscraper, and then right next to it is like a warehouse sized 2 story tall greenhouse building that's made of like that like frosted like plastic glass and
Plexiglass, essentially.
yeah, and like the clear sort of semi-translucent walls and roofs and doors and everything to kind of let as much light in as possible. And there's a bunch of like pipes and tubes and wires and generators and all this stuff hooked up to the outside of this greenhouse, set to keep whatever's inside at optimal conditions. And you guys, pull across the street or whatever, And you see waiting out front is a young woman, probably in her late 20s, wearing like a lab coat, and she's got like a tablet in her hands and like a stylus pen, and she's taking notes and checking things, presumably waiting for you guys to show up.
All right, yeah. Head over. Take Onk with me.
Alrighty, so you guys head on over, walk back across the street, and she sees you approaching, and she's like, "Oh, greetings. I assume you all would be the folks that Moonshine has sent over."
You'd be correct. Yes.
And she's like, "Well, uh, you know, great. You're right on time. I have to take the day off, do some chores around the city, and handle some business. So I'm just gonna give you the quick rundown of everything, and then I have to be on my way."
Okay.
And she's like, "Alrighty, so this here is a prefab experimental greenhouse that I had built to protect some of my plants and food stuffs that I'm growing on the interior. There are climate control systems. There are automated sprinkler and nutrient dispensation systems. There are moisture and humidifiers, air filter systems, all of which is either connected directly to the greenhouse by, the piping and everything, the generators out here, or it's looped through the apartment building right next door where I live. And, all of those systems are designed to keep the very, very important plants on the inside of the greenhouse as safe and in as optimal conditions as possible. Okay, so if any of those systems go down, you've only got a couple of minutes before the readings on the plants start to go a little bit wibble wobbly, and then all of my previous work will have been ruined. So I need y'all to keep an eye on things. And she hands you the tablet, and it's covered in like readings and progress bars and like numbers and temperature readouts and like nutrient displays and soil composition diagrams and all this stuff. And she's like, "All right, so take that and you keep an eye on things. Make sure that nothing happens to the interior and that nobody tries to sabotage the exterior. And if
Just a
anybody
quick question.
tries to get inside, that's not me. Then don't let him inside. You know."
Like,
Just a quick question.
And she's like,
Uh,
"Yeah."
what kind of threats should we be expecting, if any?
She's like, "Well, I don't really know, but I don't really feel like taking the risk here. And, this is really important work that I'm doing. And, I don't want to leave it to chance in case something happens to go wrong while I am off running my errands."
So just to clarify, um, is deadly force authorized, or are we
I
going
mean,
to
if you
like?
have to.
All right,
sounds
works for
like
me.
deadly force is very much authorized.
Sounds like no questions asked to me. You've got yourself a deal.
Like, "Alright, I should be back in a few hours, so until then, keep an eye on things, and if anything starts to go weird and you don't know how to fix it, just give me a call. My phone number is in the tablet."
Okay.
If the tablet dies.
Bonus
Oh
immediately
shit.
snaps the
That'd be
tablet over in half
hilarious.
over his knee.
Would be hilarious.
What phone number?
We don't need phones where we're going.
Alright, well, I'll leave all the technology stuff to you, Cairo. I think I'm just gonna be on the outside perimeter.
Can I transfer the like display to my HUD?
You can, yeah.
All right, I'll do that. Keep a live watch on the feedback and data that I'm getting. And I'll take up my position on the outside as well. Keep an eye on the generators and stuff and whatnot. I'll have Ankh with me. Bonus, would you like to keep an eye on the roof? Maybe?
Bonus is gonna wait in the car.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, so you're gonna see him sitting in his hover car across the street, staring at Knox, just like from
Stare back.
driver's seat.
Why
I
at
start playing.
Knox?
I start playing rocks, paper, scissors with him.
All right, he will play.
All right, sick. Um, but I'd probably like. God damn it! Hold on.
Well, alrighty.
All right. I said bonus would probably be best to watch the roof, so he refused and is sitting in his car now.
Yep.
So then at this point, I'll just tell him like, "Hey, bonus. I guess hover and keep an eye on the roof."
And he'll be like, no.
Any reason why you don't want to?
He makes his hover car hover off the ground a foot.
You know what? I'm not surprised. All right,
I'm
trade
back.
off. Knox, would you be able to
What?
watch the roof?
Um, I'd need a longer gun.
I mean, I didn't bring a longer gun, I don't think.
I
No, wait,
brought
no,
a.
I brought the RA, if I'm not mistaken.
What was your RA again?
The RA-72R, 3D 100 per shot.
Oh.
Fired one time per action. It's my bolt action.
Uh, Well, if that is the case, I am going to nab that and nab my. Actually, wait. The assault rifle isn't the dream one. That was the SMG, right?
I believe so. I also have an SMG. I forgot about that.
Yes, I'm gonna take my assault rifle, his lovely bolt action, and be on the roof. How is it
Of
on
where
the roof?
the apartment building, a building across the street. Like, you know, this is only a 2-story building in an area where the buildings are like 60 stories tall.
Um, I'd probably just be in the two-story building if I'm being honest.
Like on top of it.
Yeah, because I don't think me walking in with a sniper rifle, an assault rifle, and whatever else I'm carrying me, it's like I'm just guarding that building down there. I swear. I mean,
Well, I
they'd
mean,
probably let
plus
me in,
if
but
it if it if you're on top of the building itself, it also gives you the ability to attack someone who's actively climbing up it.
yeah,
Or,
that
well,
too.
when they get there, you don't have to rely on extremely high range weapons.
That's why I want to do the roof of the two-story building because I'm already on there. I mean, yeah, sure, I can get shot from above, but
But it's an equal playing level, or it's an equal playground at that point,
something like that.
or for the most part, at least. And then Bonus can take the front door then if he wants to be such a gay baby.
I don't know. He does have a hover vehicle, I think.
That's what I was saying, but he doesn't want to patrol the roof. So you know what? He gets door duty, and
Yeah, but
I'll
then
be on the perimeter.
he'd waste gas.
Yeah, Bonus is gonna sit in his car across the street and look as inconspicuous as a man with the conspicuous trait can be.
True.
Why do we keep you as the intimidation factor if you're not here to intimidate anyone?
Like, I am the backup.
He's simply
That
wanting to make sure that if something does go down, he's there, you know?
you know what? You know what? All right. I'm not arguing with the human meat grinder about
We don't
semantics and ethics.
we don't have that yet.
It's
I mean,
Bonus.
Bonus could be the meat grinder. I thought about it.
He is a human meat grinder.
New nickname is Chop Chop.
Hmm.
Anywho, I'll be taking care of like perimeter patrol with Ankh.
Okay. So you guys, Nox climbs onto the roof of the greenhouse, which I should know is glass. So, it's going to be, at the very least, difficult terrain. And if you run
mean-
too fast, it will just break under your weight. So,
No bueno.
I mean, we have access to the inside.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't like.
That doesn't cover the outside of the building.
Oh, you're just telling me like if I were to go down the side of the building.
Well, you said you were going to be on the roof. I was saying if you're on the
Well,
roof,
I
then
would
the roof would
assume
break.
I would assume there's like metal walkways on top.
I mean, there are some
at
metal
least,
walkways
like,
on the
catwalk.
inside, but there's not on the roof.
Then
Oh,
how do
he
they
has-
access the glass panels if they gotta be replaced?
Ladder.
And risk breaking another glass panel?
I mean, if the glass panel is broken, like if there's sections, right, and the glass that's broken is like fully broken or not, they're just gonna break the glass, put a ladder on the metal, and then replace it.
Yeah, because like the window panes are framed with metal. So there's still there's still places where you could rest like a ladder or something. But like if you're gonna like dead sprint across the like slanted roof of this greenhouse, you're absolutely gonna kick a glass pane in and you're gonna fall 10 feet.
How thick are the bars?
Only like signpost big. Like they're only meant to hold up the weight of the structure. They're not meant to hold the weight of a non-human alien filled with metal.
Yeah, looks like I'm not actually patrolling.
So then do you want to go on adjacent roof?
um, hmm. These other buildings, right? They have climbable surfaces for me. Um,
I mean,
you
they
could
have
just
walls,
get
yeah.
on someone's balcony.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say like, can I just yoink someone's balcony and be like, hey,
Buddy.
just gonna hang out with you real quick, I promise.
Put in these ear pro.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, yeah, you can if you want to just like. I mean, are you gonna go through the inside or are you gonna scale the outside and just like climb into somebody's balcony?
Mm,
I mean, you could charisma your way through the inside and be like, "Hey,
it's
I'm
true.
on a job right now. I need to commandeer a balcony."
I do need a commandeer balcony though.
Yeah, exactly. So just charisma your way through the inside, or at least try to.
Sure. I wouldn't mind. You know, I'll do them a favor and I'll even talk about my own protection services just to prove a point that I'm doing my job. How's that sound?
So you are gonna go through the inside?
I mean, it'd be illegal if I were to show up on someone's balcony. Everyone's packing heat. I'd rather not have a shotgun
is
pointed
true.
to the back of my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so you enter this woman's apartment building, and there is like a concierge,
Oh, wait, hold
door
on.
guy.
Let me get this double facts. She owns a greenhouse, but lives in the apartment next to it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, what floor does she live on?
I mean, I could roll for it.
I'll take the chances of rolling, because in my head I'm like, would she technically be closer to the lower floor so she can get to her greenhouse?
She lives on the 19th floor.
Jeez, bro.
God damn.
That's pretty high.
That
That's,
is
that's like
very high.
190
Is a
feet up
very
up
foreign
above
term.
street
19
level.
times 19 times 15 is how high she is. So,
Yeah.
damn. All right. Well, I will instead I will do this. I'll
I'd
talk
say go
about
to
my
like the
service.
fourth floor.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. I'll talk about my services. Talk about the woman that is taking my services, and ask about any availability on like the fourth through sixth floor, just to give them some leeway. But I'm mainly leaning towards that fourth floor.
Give me a luck check.
Sure. Luck.
A 4.
What? I said luck.
Oh,
I got a six.
a 6.
A six.
Okay, so they talk to the doorman or the concierge, and they say that there is a vacant apartment with a balcony on that side of the building on the 5th floor.
I'll take
Hey,
it.
that's pretty good.
All right, they charge you 80,000 colors to rent this room out for a day.
I offer them
A
2 weeks,
counter offer.
2 weeks free surface of my security.
Wait, what?
They lower the cost of temporarily renting an empty apartment from 80 bajillion smackaroos to only like 0. Unless you cause
That works.
damage to the building, in which case pay for the damage.
I probably won't be causing damage. I don't plan to, unless they fire back at me. Let's hope they don't do that. I'll tell them to charge the uh
The corporate credit card.
no, the thingy, the people who intruded. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. That works for me. I'll set up.
Okay, so you get Kara's bolt action sniper rifle and you post up on the balcony on the 5th floor.
With my assault rifle as well, just for added range.
Okay. And then Cairo and Ankh are patrolling the exterior, right?
Yes, sir.
If I'm on the fifth
Okay.
floor, right, that's what, like 56, 75 feet in the air, kind of.
Yeah, roughly.
How far does the eagle shoot?
The Deagle, I think, fires like 100, 120 without disadvantage. I don't know. I tweaked
Okay.
the ranges around a few weeks
Oh,
ago, so
recently.
yeah,
Ah,
I extended the ranges. So like, yeah, you're still within the range of the Deagle. If you were to try to shoot bonus from here, that might be a bit difficult, but like a normal person, like around the greenhouse's immediate property, you should be fine.
okay. Works for me.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to roll some dice.
Okay.
Okay,
Your next
dice have been
line
rolled.
will be okay.
Okay. So as Cairo is patrolling the exterior of the building, and Nux is having a wander about the balcony, using the sniper rifle to keep an eye on the area around the place. Although big buildings do kind of cut off sight lines, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
My blind spot is the other side of the building and around its corners a bit.
Yeah. So, Carlo, as you're walking around the front of the property, and there is like a little, like, quote unquote front lawn. There's like probably like 20, 30 feet of just empty grass in the front of the building.
Okay.
And there's like a little stone path that leads up to the front door, the set of double doors on the greenhouse. And as you're walking around, keeping an eye on like the super complicated, like I'm talking like full MMORPG level of HUD complication here. There are like health bars and mana bars and stamina bars and abilities, and number key 1 through 12 are listed here. It's
Jesus.
complicated. There's a lot.
She must work for Unity.
Yeah, for sure. Full like World of Warcraft on steroids.
Oh, jeez.
And as you're keeping an eye on all the different readings and all this data, you see this guy. And this streets have been pretty quiet, by the way. Atlanta is very wide and less populous than Riot's towns. There aren't any like huge crowds or anything, and the traffic is
Okay.
pretty good.
Oh, nice.
So probably like the only like the 10th person you've seen walk down this road in the past hour that you've been patrolling. This guy dressed in like really baggy sweatpants and like skater sneakers and like the equivalent of a very out of fashion band T-shirt. Walks up to the front of the building with like his hands in his pockets, and he approaches Cairo and he's like, "Ah, what's all this?"
Uh, I will, like, bring my coat around, revealing the big boy revolver. I was like, nothing much. Why? Why do you ask?
And they're like, "Oh well, I live down the street and I heard all the machinery and stuff a few days ago. Figured they were putting a new building or something in here. Didn't think they were knocking down the garage to put in a greenhouse. That seems kind of weird."
I will
Why don't you
state,
take your hands out of your pockets for me?
Kyle very much sees, like, I'm not gonna interrupt, like, over comms, but the little HUD, you know how, like, you can stream your vision? Just the sight line of the rifle on this guy's head.
Yeah, like the crosshairs and everything.
There's no laser sight,
live
but
leak footage of just through the scope.
No, I'll look at this guy like up and down. He's got his hands in his pockets. You said, right?
Yeah, he's got his hand in his pockets and he's like slouching like forwards. And you look at this dude, his face and like his like hair do not at all match his outfit. Like his outfit looks like he crawled out of a thrift shop, like this morning. But like his face looks like a model. Like it's super well shaven, very well kept,
Yeah.
well manicured. His hair is immaculate and incredibly well taken care of. But like his clothes
are you
look
telling me
like
he's
he's crawled out of a
humble?
sewer.
I'll have Ankh on guard mode, and I'll have my hand on my revolver, and I'll be like, "Why don't you take your hands out of your pockets for me?"
And he takes his hands out of his pockets and he's that kind of like, hey man, no need to get all paranoid on me. I'm just a curious neighbor looking to see all of what's going on.
Yeah, well, we've been paid to protect it, so why don't you keep on moving?
And he's like, oh yeah, I guess Dr. Vanderhouse hired you then. Well, good on her. She's had it rough for the past little while. So if you see her, tell her that I said hi.
From whom might that be?
Uh, and she's like, "Oh, she'll know." And then he just like turns and keeps walking.
I'll shoot the doctor a message and be like, some weird guy just said to say hello.
and she doesn't respond immediately. In the meantime, I mean, I'll assume that the like HUD information for the greenhouse would have been shared through the whole group, right? And not just like to one person.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. So as this dude walks away, all of a sudden one of the meters on your HUD turns red and starts flashing like a triangular alert, 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 alert.
What alarm is going off?
The air quality. It seems the air purifier has stopped working.
I'm going to rush over and try and fix it, keeping Ankh on guard duty.
Okay. So the air quality stuff is along the side of the greenhouse. That's like right up against, well, not right up against. It's like 30 feet, but on the side where like Knox is and the apartment building is. So you kind of walk down that little
I'm not walking,
alleyway.
I'm running.
Okay, so you run down the alleyway.
Maybe his Overwatch, making sure like no one sneaks up on him.
That'd be nice.
Okay. So you couldn't see him anyway because he's like right underneath you, basically.
Oh, never
But,
mind.
but you can.
You,
She can
you
watch
can see like the rest of the
entrance to
property.
the alleyways,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. She can you can still see everything above you. Just can't see specifically where he is.
Where I am. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Bonus catch anything?
I can roll for him, I guess.
Yes, please. Because if he catches something before I get there, that'd be lovely information.
He rolled a 5 and a 10. Okay. So as you're running back there, you both get like in the mercenary team group chat, you get a text from Bonus that says, weird guy is walking back around.
I'll look for weird guy.
I'll draw my revolver while I'm running.
All right, so you run back there, and you see that the like those big, I don't know what material they're made out of, but like the like coily ringed pipes that like they use for like industrial vacuums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that's
Imagine it
plugged
might be
into
copper.
the purifier, this big like AC unit, basically, is one of those big like plastic pipes, has been unplugged from the side of the wall, and yeah, you see that there is like disturbance in the grass around the area, as if somebody was like kneeling here.
Alright, well, my first reaction is to try and fix it.
Okay. It wouldn't require any check or anything. This is just plug pipe back in hole. Not exactly rocket science. Even bonus could
So
do
about
that.
this guy walking back again.
Yeah. So the guy walks back to the front of the building, and he doesn't like do anything suspicious. He just kind of like keeps looking at the building.
Ankh's gonna pop out his MG.
Okay. So
And
Ang
point
pops
it
out
at
his
him.
MG, and the guy kind of like puts his hands back up and is like, oh. He's like,
Look what
geez.
actually I'm gonna do.
I'm
since
gonna
Ankh-
give Ankh and Nox the order. If he goes for anything, fire.
see. I'd love to. However, I'm going to search the perimeter from my view.
Yeah,
See
Ankh's
anyone
got
who's
him handled.
walking. Yeah, to
Ankh's got
see
him
anyone
handled.
who's walking around because this is definitely one of those pickpocket things where I talk to you, but really I'm not the guy you should be worried about type of deal.
Yeah.
So, what do I see around the building? Anyone suspicious?
Okay, give me a perception check.
Sure. So how see-through is the greenhouse?
It's frosted glass on the sides, but clear on the roof, so you can see most of it from up top.
Also an 8.
An 8. An 8. An 8. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So you scan the perimeter to see if anybody else is making off with whatever distraction the other dude was pulling. In uh, a single millisecond of motion, of blurred motion, catches your eye. So while Cairo is fixing the air purification system on the side of the greenhouse right below you, if you're where Knox, where you are, you're like about halfway, uh, you know, from like between the front and the back of the greenhouse. So to your right, towards the back of the greenhouse, around that corner, from where Cairo, that alleyway, that side alleyway is going towards the back of the greenhouse. You see this split second of motion, of quick motion. A shadowy figure has ducked around the back of the building, and because the walls are frosted glass, you can't see him, but you can see like the blur.
I'd definitely
Hmm.
be like, Cairo, you need to watch. Now, if he's under, I guess. Oh, no, you need to pursue on the right side. Yeah, so he also needs to go to the right side, right?
What do you mean?
Like, if he's directly under me, and
Uh,
like if the front
I'm
of the
I'm
Oh,
building
going
to
is
in.
give.
my
Oh, yes, because yeah. So to give chase, Car would also have to run to your right. Yes.
yeah, so I'd be like, you need to go to the right side. There may be someone in
Um.
some type of suit. Like, are you telling me I saw movement, but it was clearly like they're wearing all black, or they're in like a camouflage
I'll
thing,
give
or
the. I'll
what?
give Unk the order to give a warning shot into the ground.
Okay. Well, as far as you saw, Knox, you saw like a black boot, basically, and that's about it.
Okay.
Like the
I will
sole of a
also
boot.
tell Bonus to get his hide out of that goddamn car.
Bonus sends back a sleeping emoji. And yeah, so Onk fires a single shot into the ground, and the guy out front lets out like a yelp of surprise, and then he yells just like hoping that you or somebody controlling Onk hears him, and he's like, fine, I'm leaving, and he walks away.
But yeah, I'd
Ank's
tell
gonna
you
hold
to
his
give
guarding
chase
position at the
that way.
front, and I'm gonna pursue. Big boy revolver out, cause I'm not taking chances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you keep you pick up your run again, and you make it to the back of the greenhouse, and you round that corner, and of course it's just the back of the property. So there is like a wall back here, probably like a 7 or 8 foot tall brick wall that runs the back of the property, because and then on the other side of that brick wall there's like an alleyway and then another massive apartment building. So and like there's like a backyard effectively to this greenhouse. So there's like little potted, unused pots back here. There's like a little shed with like some spare hoses and wire coils and tanks of various stuff tucked away. Tarps with like fertilizer bags, but you don't see any black clad would be saboteur.
I'm gonna kind of hug the wall, and then when I round the corner, I'll like kind of like take a step back and aim my revolver down the hall, down the alleyway.
In case you aim the revolver all the way down the opposite alleyway, back, from aiming from the back of the greenhouse to the front of the greenhouse, and once again, there was nobody there.
All right.
Look
I'm
on the
gonna.
ground,
I don't have EM vision, right?
You do not.
Hmm. I'm gonna call out to Nox and be like, "Hey, check EM vision. Someone might have gone invis.
I don't think I can see down that hallway.
Well, not down the hallway, but on the roof, because I didn't see anything."
Um, sure, I'll do that. I'll see what I can do.
I love it how I asked bonus to get out and actually help us, and he's not.
Nah, bonus refuses.
All right, I'm gonna message bonus and be like, if you're not gonna fucking help, just get out.
He's here for shooting.
Yeah, bro. Bonus is here.
Yes,
If
but
something
we need
goes
an
horribly
extra
wrong.
hand right now. We could use an extra hand if there's
Yeah, you guys
someone here
have
that
got it.
we
You're
can't see.
fine.
You're really fucking aggravating me right now.
Lamau. Alright, yeah, so Nox, you're gonna turn on your EM vision.
Yeah.
Okay, you do see, like, no, of course, the greenhouse does light up like a Christmas tree because, you know, but the whole thing is, like, ultra, super, mega powered, and, like, you figure this place, the greenhouse, is probably drawing as much power as the apartment building it's next to. Like, this place is a very big power sink for the building and the city, and probably the poor woman who has to pay for all of this.
I can imagine why some people might not like it.
Yeah. So you turn on your EM vision, and the building lights up, but you are too far away to see like more subtle power sources. Like you can't see Ankh through the wall because he's like, you know, a couple hundred feet, almost 100 feet away from you. But you can just barely see Cairo's like arms and the glow of his arms from where you are. But you don't see any invisible figures. You don't see any drones. You don't see, well, besides, you know, Ankh's very faint signature amongst the massive glowing greenhouse.
I would suggest checking the floor because this is like a greenhouse, dirt around it, and I imagine unplugging whatever was unplugged.
I'm gonna do myself a favor, and at the back, I'm gonna look up at like the building next to me.
Okay, at the building that Nox is on, or the one like right behind the greenhouse?
That's at the back.
Okay.
Like behind the greenhouse, yeah.
All right. Let me look at my. Let's see. You're looking up at the building or the wall, or the brick wall.
The brick wall.
The brick wall. Sure. Give me a perception check.
Okay. An 8, good sir.
Okay, yeah. So you see that there are definitely some, like, there's some like dirt and like pieces of grass stuck to the wall. That indicates that somebody scrambled up it at some point recently.
I'll sub-vocal over to Nox and be like, hey, keep an eye out. I think someone scrambled up this wall.
That would be like the building next to me, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
To your left.
It would be the one to.
Yeah, no, building
her...
to Nox's left.
No, it would be the one to her right, but like at an angle, right?
Okay.
Like forward right.
I'll like scan the building, see if I notice anything.
In EM vision or normal vision?
I imagine EM isn't going to do anything for me if I can barely see Cairo, so...
No. Well, the building glows, but, you know.
Presumably...
Actually, I have a question. Do we have any mods to have, like, long-range EM work, or is EM...
Long-range EM? But no, not at the moment there isn't mods for long-range EM. There probably would be, like, a weird, like a... Because the way that EM vision works is it detects electromagnetic fields. So there probably would be like a sonar, like a radar equivalent. That's not like a visual thing, but like a tablet, and it could tell you like, oh, these are the sources of electromagnetic fields in the area or whatever, and it could be like a wide range. But vision is limited.
Yeah, because if it's too faint, then there's no point in having EM vision.
Quick question for you. What side is all of these systems on?
So most of the systems are underneath where Nox is right now. But the climate control and the water system are on the opposite side.
I'll go and check that side.
Okay. So you go and check that side. So you walk back around and you see that, there is like a huge, like, like a big, like, water tower, basically. A big plastic water tank hooked up to the side of the building, side of the greenhouse. with like a bunch of like filters and boxes and tubes and wires and everything set up all around it, and then that feeds into the wall of the greenhouse. But nothing seems to have been like taken out or destroyed or tampered with or.
I've got a question regarding the protocols for this place. Is there a lockdown sequence?
There would be in some instances there would be backup systems, like there are backup generators if the main power gets cut, but that will only last a few minutes. There are like internal water stores, but they will only last a few minutes. There are like sprinklers. There's fire suppression, but those will only work once. You know, well, I guess there'd be water sprinklers for fire suppression, and there would be fire foam. And if fire foam goes off, that would kill the plants. So that's like an absolute last resort to preserve like the electronics as opposed to the plants.
Right.
But yeah, there are some fail-safes on the inside that if like something goes horribly wrong, you know,
They
they're not
should
gonna instant die.
really invest in some armored paneling for the sides. Not telling them how to do their jobs or anything, but just some drop-down panels that could really bolster this place's armor.
Yeah, but I mean, you get the feeling that people aren't gonna drive like a truck through the through the front doors.
Don't know that. No one knows that. It's
Prove
not a
them wrong right now.
Bonus, do it. Slam on the gas.
Because I was gonna say if there's a method to locking the front door or something similar.
Oh well, yeah. The front door is locked. There's a key card reader to get inside.
Okay. Well, since that's the case, there's not a panel in the front, right?
There's a door on the front with the key card reader.
Like a control panel on the front, though.
Oh, to control the interior? No.
Okay, good. Then I can have Ankh move to the opposite side of me where all the other controls are.
Okay. Alright, so you have Ankh kind of leave the front of the building and go back under where Nox is, so that he can watch over the air purifier and the main power lines.
Yes.
Alright. So you chill by the water, Ankh chills by the air, Nox chills on the balcony, and you don't see any sign of Mr. Thrift Shop patron or his shady saboteur compatriot. Another hour or two goes by, and then all of a sudden the power gets cut to both the apartment where Nox is and the greenhouse.
Can I immediately start working on getting that power back up?
Sure, but you don't know where the power break is coming from. You don't know what cut the power. All of a sudden, like just the power just goes off.
I'll work on getting that power back up. Can it be done? Okay, can it be done through the tablet?
You mean the backup generator?
No, the tablet just shows like the power has been cut and the backup generator is automatically kicked on. So you got a couple minutes before like things start dying. But it doesn't tell you like where specifically the power, like what's gone wrong. It just says loss of power detected, backup generators active.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the lady, where's the generators?
She says that the greenhouse is plugged into the city's power grid that's hooked up to the basement of the apartment building.
You gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me.
I'll start eating myself down. You stay on the building.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. And you make sure of something before I do that. Let me see my character, because forget if I have my boot on. I have thermal vision. Do I have 2 masks? I do have night vision. Alright, never mind. I lied. Night vision is going on.
Alright, so you turn your night vision
packing my
on.
stuff, and I'm
All right.
What
Yeah,
do I
you
want to
you
do?
book it. I assume down the hallway into the elevator. And actually, it doesn't work anymore. Down the stairs.
Well, if I need to reach the basement, I'm just gonna climb the side of the building. My grips. That's like the fastest part.
Okay, so you just like leap off the side of the balcony, and just Spider-Man crawl your way down the side of the building. And you would drop down a few feet away from where Ankh is watching guard.
I give Ankh a nice pat on the head, and then I'd go through the front door, whether I need to do it forcibly or not.
Of the apartment? Like of the apartment building?
I mean, that's where the generators are, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd need to do that.
Okay. Yes, you run around the side of the apartment building, and you enter the lobby of the apartment building, and the guy at the front desk is looking around, kind of confused and a bit frustrated.
I look at him and I go, I'm gonna need access to your generators.
And he's like, what, yeah, you too.
I'm not gonna ask you. You hold on to who asked about the generators first, all right? You just write down everything you remember. I'm gonna go down there right now.
I'm like, well, well, there are electricians down there right now.
No. Those aren't electricians.
And the concierge is like eyes widen a little bit. Not that he can really see too well, but it is day out, so like there's windows, which is kind of dim. And he's like, okay, follow me, and he like leads you behind the front desk and into like the employees only area.
In the back of my head, I'm just thinking like, if these really are engineers, they about to get clapped.
Wait, I'm just here to fix the electronics. Blam. Ugh.
And why does your boot have dirt on it?
Because this city is full of gardens.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid alibi. Not that, I run across other people's gardens, but, I don't tell him how to spend his free time.
Yeah, it's 2100, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the concierge leads you behind the desk through the employee-only door, and then down like a flight of the stairs.
Point though, like I'd like tell him like you can hold off here, and just like start slowly going down the stairs. I do take like his ID if I need it. I just slowly go down the stairs, have my gun and sword, because I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, or my deagle, I should say, because I have like 3 guns on me. But I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and I'd start hugging the wall, paying attention to the generator room door, because I imagine that's what is coming up, right?
Yeah. So there, you climb down these like flight of stairs. You're like 10-50 feet underground, and there's like a long hallway lit by like these little red lamps, the emergency lighting, and see that there's a few different doors here. One says like sewer access and plumbing. Another one says power. Another one says like Wi-Fi connection and servers. Another one says like storage.
For my own safety, I'm just gonna straight up just slowly clear the rooms leading up to the generator room.
Okay. Well, there's only the generator room is across the way from the plumbing room, so.
I'd clear the plumbing room. I'd like open it and be like, ugh.
Okay, so you walk over and you like smack the button, and the plumbing room door like very slowly slides open because it's working on backup power. You see, there's a dark room with pipes all over the walls and the ceilings, and there's like a desk in one corner where like the building's like janitor and stuff would be sitting, but he's not here, and hooked up to one of the pipes, like how like pipes like big buildings have those huge pipes running on the floor, and have, like the hatch that will like slide open so you can access the running water in the pipe. Well, that hatch has been unlocked and like pried open, and is being like it's held open, and then there's like some kind of contraption that doesn't look like it belongs hooked up to a water main, sort of attached to this open pipe system.
In my head, I go, "Fuck me," and then I'd sigh. I don't like where this is going, and I would attempt to disarm said contraption and close the door behind me.
Alright, so you close the door behind you. It closes very slowly, and you approach this contraption. You see that it is a remote, timed, maybe not an explosive necessarily, but some kind of contraption that is set to a timer, set to go off in like 30 minutes, basically. You don't know what it does, but it looks nefarious.
Looking through EM, would I notice any obvious I was gonna say wiring that would look equal to a bomb in a sense, because I don't want to like disarm it and then it explodes and I get affected to it, whether it's a small explosion or not, type of deal, you know what I'm saying?
With the vision, you can see that this thing definitely has wires through it, and that there's like a battery system, like a power source, and it has, a bunch of electronics.
Actually, hold on. Does it look like this contraption is just going to drop a package into the water main?
You can give me an intelligence check.
Sure, pal. 7.
So it looks like there's some kind of, like, I'm gonna call it a straw, because a straw is kind of a bit oversimplified for what
As
this
a metal
device is.
straw, they're
But it's
environmentally
basically
friendly.
like a long plastic tube that connects to like the body of this machine, and it seems to be designed to release some kind of either like powder or liquid from the interior of the contraption into the water main.
Fuck. Alright.
But I mean, you can literally just like take the tube out of the water, and then even if it does go off, it won't do anything.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna like just bend the tube so it doesn't go into the water and just take it off.
Okay, yeah, you just remove, like you just like move the device like a yard away from the pipe, and all of a sudden it is no longer in danger of poisoning the water.
I'm going.
Is there any change to the power situation here?
No.
I'd definitely be like, I'm getting on that, don't worry. And then I'd reopen the janitor door, gun pointed outward, just to make sure, If it's not the guy, the lobby boy, I hope they've come to terms with the end of their life.
Okay, give me a luck check.
Okay, sure. A 6.
A 6.
I don't know how to take that either way. Just someone's gonna get clapped.
The gas device goes off. You suffocate and die instantly. No. You're a Kode and you would survive anyway.
Rebreather?
But no rebreather. This is a nano machine released device. All right, we're infected with nanobots that reduce you to your component parts. But no. So you open this slowly functioning sliding metal door, and you come up back into the hallway, and there is nobody in the hallway at all. It is empty, and not totally quiet, because like there is like the sounds of the water rushing and the backup generators chugging along and stuff like that. But other than that, it is quiet.
Alright, then I'm gonna do my due diligence. And I shall. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go to the generator room now.
All right, so you move across the, like 5 or 10 foot wide hallway, and you get the door sliding open. And as you get the door sliding open, you see that, because you've got night vision, so you can see everything as if it were lit up, effectively. So you can see across the room, next to the kind of crouched next to the buildings, like this huge network transformer box full of thick cabling and wires and fuse boxes and stuff like that in the middle of the room. There are two guys dressed in like your standard electrician, mechanics, engineers, like navy blue coveralls, basically. And one of them is crouched next to the transformer with like a toolbox and is fiddling with the wiring in one of the boxes. And his partner is standing menacingly nearby, holding a suppressed pistol in his hands.
Like threatening the other engineer, or just chilling?
No, just chilling, watching the door. And the door, begins to slide open, and the guy immediately like raises the pistol, but because they can't see anything, the guy just like, hey, who goes there?
No answer.
The last thing you'll ever see.
I'd like to try to sneak past his vision, to just be in the door, be in the same room, and close the door.
Okay, I'm gonna give this guy. I'm gonna give this guy a little check. A disadvantage to see if he notices you. You rolled a 3 and a 6, so no, he does not notice. As you just kind of like step into the room and then close the door, and then like you can see him like look really confused and like afraid, and then he kind of like tries to put on like a fake tough guy, like, oh, it was probably the draft. It was nothing.
Probably
it was
the
just
water main.
just an electrical malfunction. Nobody's in this dark room with me and my fellow criminal friend. And he turns to his partner, and he's like, man, we should probably get out of here, man. The power's already cut. Our job's done. And the crouched guy is like, don't you remember the job? We gotta make sure that the power stays out for at least 2 minutes. Hasn't been 2 minutes, idiot.
Then
I'll radio to Nox, be like, hey,
It's been a minute and a half.
the clock's ticking here.
oh shit. And with that, I quickly like put my hand over the guy who put on the tough act and like stab my sword right through his heart.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say my arm.
My arm.
That'd be more
I punched
badass,
through
to
his
be
chest.
fair.
It's
I mean, I could, but
That'd be more badass.
yeah, but I need to make sure the wiring isn't messed up by blood.
short
This is
circuit the whole block because you spilled
Come
some
on, you
blood
don't
on the
add
wires.
iron to wires.
Iron and copper do not mix.
So I'm just gonna like, right through him.
Okay, this guy technically can dodge, albeit at disadvantage. You rolled a 1 and a 2. Wow, that guy definitely didn't. I'm gonna make it roll for like a 1, so that's a crit melee attack. So yeah, no problem. To 10 knife wave kill him instantly anyway, but a crit, yeah, you just like walk up to him and you wouldn't even have needed to cover his mouth because he doesn't have any amount of time to react before there is a bright chrome katana straight through his ventricle.
Yes, and then after that, I'm just gonna decapitate the other guy.
Okay, so I'm gonna give Crouched Man a chance to hear his buddy dying. He rolled a 4 and a 7. I'm gonna say that failed. Barely. So
I was gonna say, yeah. Does it match? If not, then that's a fail.
Yeah. So the mechanic, Crouched Mechanic, he's like, you stab the dude, and the guy doesn't seem to notice until the blood from the tip of your sword drips onto like the guy's like shoulder, and he's like, what the heck is a pipe burst or something? And that's when he just sees this like slight glint in the darkness of your sword just coming at his neck. So we can dodge, but again at disadvantage. It should be double disadvantage because he's blind and he's surprised. So he is double screwed. He rolled a 4, a 5, and a 9. That was actually pretty good, all things considered. If there's anybody else, he probably would have survived, but unfortunately a 4 is a bare fail. So, yeah, I'm going to make you roll damage. These guys aren't wearing any armor, so you just cleave this guy's head off. Just...
Nice. And then I'd like fling the blood off, and then start rapidly working on the wire. I'm like, shit.
All right. So you didn't need to make a check for this either, because it seems like these guys had a very clever plan, and that is cut the power for exactly 2 or 3 minutes, and then plug the power back in to conceal the fact that they were sabotaging the greenhouse. So the wiring isn't cut permanently. Yeah, there's basically they've plugged they've wrapped a device around the coil of wires and are kind of redirecting the energy to a big battery pack instead of letting it flow into the building. So you just take the device off and turn it off, and the power just turns back on.
I'm assuming it does that for the greenhouse as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So is everything returning to normal now?
Yep. Yeah. All the readings and stuff return to nominal levels.
Cool.
Capacities.
I'd be like, is the power back on?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna go see what these guys look like. Ooh. He should have shaved.
Yeah, so these dudes just look to have been posing as actual electricians. They aren't just dudes in spec ops gear that the concierge is oh yeah, totally electricians.
You're engineers? Oh yeah, sure.
No, the guys are dressed like electricians, not very convincingly, because they do kind of give off Fed vibes, and also they're armed. But besides that, they could be electricians.
Alright, well, I look at their boots to see if any of them got that grass or the black boot,
They are both wearing black boots.
Pain. Okay. Well, then I will simply just sigh and be like, well, you might still be out there. And then, fuck it. I'll loot him.
Okay. So you get 2 suppressed pistols and a few mags of spare ammunition.
Cool. That battery pack even be worth it?
I mean, it's a very specific type of device. You can probably sell it, I guess. But
I don't think it would hurt to take.
Yeah, I mean, I also wouldn't leave it right next to the main power system for the apartment building either, in case the concierge feels like getting uppity and putting it back in for some reason.
I'm gonna do it myself.
You know what? Those electricians wouldn't fix the problem. I will.
Alright, well then I'm going to simply I'm just gonna take the battery pack, take that, and then I'd walk out.
All right.
Make sure my blade is clean, and then.
Yeah, so you walk out, and the concierge is sitting standing at the top of the stairs where you told him to stay, and he's like, "Oh, I see. Is everything okay? The power's back on. Where are the electricians?"
Oh.
They weren't electricians. You
mean
idiot.
the not electricians?
And he's like, "Well, sure."
I wasn't kidding about that. They're not electricians.
I mean, all right. I mean, I'd like to inform the authorities and get their take on the matter.
Oh. Just tell them to bring a body bag.
2
body bags.
And the concierge's eyes go wide, and he's like,
they're trespassing on private property. I mean, if you want, I could bring you to
They damaged public infrastructure.
you know,
Well, privately owned infrastructure.
yeah, they damaged private infrastructure. I mean, I could even, show you that they were going to also mess with the water that led to multiple houses, by the way. So, you can just tell them that,
The problems have been taken care of.
yeah. Though they might want to, like, investigate who these people are. But besides that, it's done and over with. They're not going to talk, I'll tell you that much.
And the concierge like kind of spuds like, all right, well, yes, I'll, yeah, please stay in the lobby while I get the authorities here. And then he goes and
I could call him myself.
He like takes out his phone and rings up the KPD, and he's like, yeah, there's a power outage. I believe somebody attempted to sabotage the power network, yada yada yada, get some people down here, and apparently call the coroner. And a few minutes later, Cairo, you see a couple of fancy schmancy KPD cruisers pull up, each of which has 2 fancy schmancy KPD officers inside. Big surprise, I know. And the officers get out, and they walk into the lobby of the apartment building, and the concierge is like, all right, the officer's like, all right, sir, tell us what happened. And then he's like, oh, well, guys came in, yada yada yada. They start giving
he tells that story of like, oh,
yeah, he's just telling what happened. And then the other 2 guys, they walk up to you and they start asking you questions and trying to get your side of the story.
Well, I go to them like, well, if you must know, I'm being paid to protect the greenhouse next door. Yeah, next door. And you see, there's immediately there was problems. Some weird guy came up, then suddenly malfunctions were happening in the greenhouse. Besides that, it led to this apartment building losing power. Now, I was occupying an area and like the 5th floor to overwatch the building, and the power goes out. I go, shit. I come down here, and I go to the lobby boy. I'm like, hey, I need to see your generators. And he hits me with, you too? So I ask him, what do you mean you two? He goes, well, the engineers the electricians want to see the generators too. And I go, those aren't electricians. And then he shits him, he has a like shocked face. And then I go down there and I check the boiler room first. I gotta make sure that the room across from me doesn't have someone that's gonna poke up. And there's a device down there that looked like it was going to poison the water or something. There's some type of liquid in there.
Water hole.
Yeah, it might have gone off already. I'm not sure. It looked to go on a timer or remote. I removed that. Go into the generator room, and then there's 2 people in there. They're like, oh, I must have not seen something because it was dark in there. Go in, and they're like, oh, well, we just gotta make sure the power's there out for like 2-3 minutes, talking some criminal talk or whatever. They like ratted themselves out. They both have a gun, and one had it, the other one like was off. I can give you them. I took them. It's kind of like a collection thing. And then I ended their lives and then turned on the power. They also had like a battery pack too.
So you can have that too if you want.
Yeah, you can have that too if you want. It looked very like just for the thing. I was just gonna take it and be like, well, I wonder if I could sell it for money.
Okay, and yeah, like the cops confiscate the weapons and the ammo and the battery pack device. And like one of them looks at the battery pack device and like, oh, this looks like professional stuff. And I'm like, looks at the guns and like, those look like professional stuff. And then
like, I know the guns are professional, but the battery.
And they're like, yeah, you can't buy this kind of equipment legally because it's designed to cut power to buildings or sections of buildings, or cut power to a vehicle, or
Oh, it's one of those things.
yeah.
And I go. I'm like, well, after this, can I ask if you have any information on, and like, I'll say like the lady that we're protecting, because I want to know if she has any obvious enemies that she just didn't tell us about, or she doesn't even know about. Besides like the city's electrical problems that they have with her building, but you know.
Yes, you ask about the Dr. Vanderhouse, or whatever the dude called her. And the cops, you see that both of the cops are like, because KPD officers get HUD visors. And you see that both of them are immediately like searching her name through the KPD databases. But basically, they tell you that they can't share any of that information because you are not a KPD officer.
Fair
And
enough.
I thank them for taking the time out, regardless. I'm like, all right, well, thank you, regardless.
I'm like, all right, well, yeah, we'll take it from here, citizen. And then like the coroner shows up, and the coroner is a company now. That's right, the long-awaited reveal of North America's most trusted body disposal service. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's, when I find it, it's, where is it? Where did I put it? I know I put the name here somewhere. There are too many companies.
On
It's
my
not.
business card. I work for too many people.
Deadbeat Coroner Services Incorporated.
And deadbeat.
Yeah, Deadbeat Coroner Services. And this van pulls up with this deadbeat, like, be painted in big, bold, like, block letters on the side. And these guys in, like, full hazmat suits climb out with, like, sweatshirts and body bags and, like, a bunch of tools. And they start, they make their way into the building, and they go into the basement, and they begin to dispose of the bodies. And they have those, like, cool, like, wand things that you see in, like, sci-fi shows that, like, evaporate blood and, like, destroys it to, like wipe the walls and stuff clean with, like, a laser, basically, like a high-powered, like, laser fan. They just pew, and it gets rid of all of it, and it doesn't damage the material behind it. So they start taking the bodies out in the pieces you've left them in, and the 4 officers tell you to move along, basically, to leave.
Yeah, just go back to the 5th floor.
All right, so you just go back up to the 5th floor, and then that whole process takes like an hour. By the way, the cops do not take any kind of haste to get here because the crime's already been committed. So it takes them a while to show up. So only like an hour or two after that, the woman comes back from her chores, and walks up to Cairo, and she's like, "Well, anything interesting happened while I was gone?"
Yes.
She cocks an eyebrow.
I literally messaged you about it.
She's like, I mean, you asked me questions about the greenhouse and about the building.
Think back to the message of, there's a weird guy out here.
Oh, well, there's the dude that you said that I would know who he is. But I have no idea what he was talking about, so...
Do I have a physical description of this guy?
I mean,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you just show the recording.
This is true. I can show her what he looked like.
And she looks at him, and she, like, examines his face, and she shakes her head no. Like, I mean, he looks weird. It doesn't look like his clothes match his face, but...
Well, you should be careful, because he certainly knows you. He turned the power off inside and cut the air filter.
She's like, well, thank you for letting me know. I will be sure to pass on this physical description to the proper authorities. And then she, like, smiles warmly at you, and then, like, takes her tablet back. She's like, all right, well, it's getting to be dinner time now, so if y'all want to be done with your shift, I can take it from here.
Yes, please.
And then she bids you a very sudden goodbye, and then like walks into the greenhouse, and the door shuts behind her, and that's that.
Well, alrighty then.
Interesting woman.
Yeah, if you're getting weird vibes from this, you're supposed to. It's on purpose.
I mean, I imagine she's like, oh, me? I don't have a single person that hates me. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a very paranoid woman, and I go, right. That's what they all say.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, I guess, try to figure it out. She's a woman. I mean, we didn't even check what plant she's trying to grow. So.
Nope, didn't once step into the actual greenhouse.
No, I was going to at one point, but then, stuff happened.
I was not at all worried about it. The door was locked.
No, not about it like being opened or anything like that. It's just more like, oh, I wonder what the hell she's actually doing and why she needs to have as much power as a illegal Bitcoin farming hideout.
Maybe the greenhouse is full of Bitcoin mines. There's no plants inside. It's all just RTX 3090s.
I see what the plants really are for now, woman.
Oh, that's like a really K4 thing to do, though, is to like make plants that mine Bitcoin.
That's pretty fun.
I mean, I will also say, Kyra really doesn't care what's in it. I'm just getting paid.
I mean, I get it. We're getting paid. It's blessed to be ignorant, but I don't know. Depending on how the woman is, what she really pays. I guess before like the day ends, I'll just offer her my card, just in case she decides to make a trip.
Okay.
Rhinestone.
She accepts and then says she looks forward to seeing you continue your work the following day.
Yes.
I'll give her the advice of, you should really get some deployable blast shields, I'd say. Or at least some anti-sabotage security insurance, or security, what's the word?
I'm about trespass. I know what you mean.
It's, I use it a lot, but I don't know the word. Can't think of the word. But, some insurance policies for that, for the, outer programs and whatnot.
She's like, She's like, well, if I can...
easily tamperable.
Yes, that's why I had to hire security.
If tampering is that much of a problem, I'd say getting some extra insurance policies on it is not going to hurt.
And she's like, well, if I could afford the insurance, I would get it.
Well, anyway, yeah, alright. Well, I'll come back next day.
Alright. You guys want to do anything between now and then?
Well, how long did we actually take? Because
yeah, how long were we here for?
I feel like she just went shopping for groceries and came back.
You guys were there for like 6 hours, 7 hours.
Jeez. So what time would it be?
It would be like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Still a pretty good amount of time. I'll look for any like simple jobs that can be done.
I mean, there's the job that Moonshine offered to have you steal a truck, a big loader full of ore. But That would probably take more than a few hours.
Oh, stealing? I thought that was finding
Stealing.
a vehicle that was stolen.
Nah, stealing it.
Oh.
Like something local that I can handle quite easily.
Something local that can be
local gang
handled
roughing up a
easily.
kid.
I mean, nothing that would pay any decent amount of money would be that simple.
Well, not really looking for, like, upscale pay.
A million colors.
I mean, hey, someone's willing to pay me that. Something like what happened with the Huangs.
That was a random encounter. That wasn't a mission.
Well, yeah, like, local parent needs help getting their kid out of, gang activity. Something to that effect.
Local parent demands you murder their child.
Something like that.
I mean, there's, I guess, another bounty on the list that could be interesting. I don't know if it's as quite as simple as you're looking for, but and there's also the general, like, chase the runaway corporate slave bounties.
We must chase them.
What else? I guess, I mean, if you're looking for, like, dead simple, Moonshine has something in mind, but you would have to do it at night.
At night, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not like at night, but like, past sundown, preferably. I guess you could do it in the middle, like, of broad daylight, but that would not be advised.
Alright,
Would it be cool? Actually, I guess between then, I'd check up on, fuck, what was his name? Started with a B.
Barney?
Barney,
I wanted to say Barney, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, Barney. I want to check up on him, see how his new girlfriend is.
She left me.
This guy
Like,
named,
what'd you
this guy
do?
named Bonus showed up and
Killed her.
Bro. I was gonna say, I was like, he wasn't
God.
sleeping in the car. He left the car.
He left the car. Yeah, I mean, I guess you say that, but, like, Bonus, even when the woman shows back up, Bonus just still stays in the car. Like, he doesn't even talk to that woman.
Okay, but
But yes, you check in on Barney. He says that him and his new GF have, their name's Claire, right? They've scheduled a date for later the coming week.
oh, I don't think I'm gonna be there when you have the date. However, I will be your texting wingman.
Well, you guys are gallivanting off in the middle of Texas. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, well-
hold on, tribal, stop shooting rockets at me. I'm trying to have wingman right now.
Hey, look, man, I'm trying to help this man win a woman.
Immediately they stop and they're like, you know what, we can respect that.
Yeah.
It's like a Super Bowl party, but for Barney. Watching him try to get his way into this girl's pants live.
I think with this guy, because he was an avid churchgoer, Sunday best, he'd actually only do that after marriage.
Of course.
Unless,
Deal.
But yeah, okay. I'll text him back and be like, wow, I'm proud of you. A whole date, huh? Seems like that party went quite well.
Hmm.
And then yeah, I'll just tell him about me being like, yeah, I'll be in touch.
And he's like, great.
I think I'll take like a nice little nap until we do our newest mission.
All right. So, are you guys going to do anything between this day and next day or no?
But before the night,
Before your next shift at the greenhouse?
Uh,
I want to know about the mission.
Oh, from the Moonshine's offering?
Yeah, he said he has to do it at night, so I figured let me get some rest in now.
Well, if you inquire as to that mission, he says that he wants someone, whether it be you or somebody else, to sneak onto a farm plot up in the mountains and destroy it. Not burn it down, not tear up the crops, literally like take shovels and upturn the ground, put bombs in the dirt and blow the whole, like literally like level the place, make it irreparable.
uh-huh.
I do not want to be on your bad side.
Are you telling Moonshine that?
Yeah, if he has a whole ass mission that goes, no, 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 and I don't mean the conventional way. I mean, I need Hollywood level catastrophe.
And he's like, well, yes, I mean, anybody can go over there and throw a match into a field of flowers, but it takes real skill to make a farm plot unusable.
Yeah. Uh, who, who, why is this warranted? Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I don't really care. Maybe I should really
Maybe you
say.
shouldn't ask questions.
Maybe I should really just ask, where am I supposed to get these bombs?
Like, I mean, you don't have to use explosives, but I figured you boys lot, which look like the kind of people who would be in the market for that sort of job. I mean, you don't have to use explosives. You could take shovels or like I don't know, like a car, I guess, or pickaxes or I don't know, rakes maybe. I don't know how farming works.
Wait, you don't know how farming works?
And he's like, do I look like I know how farming works? And he's gesturing to the cave.
I mean, I guess your profession doesn't really put it like that, but
My family hasn't been farmers in 3 generations.
Third or fourth generation.
Only 3. His family used to be farmers.
I would look at him and I go, I particularly wouldn't say I know how farming works either, I suppose. However, explosives would probably make the whatever progress they did really crash and mess up the ground. I could see why fire wouldn't really do much. Let's see here. Overturning the dirt, I mean, I guess they really just have to till it again. So yeah, no, explosives would probably do the most damage, yeah.
I mean, if you're looking to source those explosives, then, you got options. I'm just saying.
I mean, how big is the plot?
Oh, about a football field.
That's a lot of land.
it's a farm plot. I mean, it's a full industrial-sized farm plot, but it's a
A
farm plot.
football field,
That is
huh?
indeed.
Like
I
like an
mean-
acre, I think, around about an acre, a little bit more than that, maybe.
Really, it's just like,
Oh, it's 100 yards. So.
yeah, that's really just a labor-intensive job.
Yes, it'll take a long time, and which is his. And I mean, you could do it right now, but I would think you might want to do it later on in the evening because, well, you see, this plot of land, it isn't exactly unoccupied.
Who might be occupying it?
The people who are farming it, and also their
Yeah.
security detail.
And so the hat drops.
I mean, it's not like they've got like a tank out there guarding the middle of guarding a bunch of flowers and wheat stalks, but they've got
You'd be
like
surprised.
dudes with shotguns and I mean, I don't think the farm hands would give you any real trouble just sort of chucking grenades or molotovs in the middle of their field, but the security guards with their hunting rifles and their shotguns and their pistols, or they might have something to say about that. But if we go at nighttime, when the security team is considerably less than it is during the day, I think you would be hard pressed to be so bad at your jobs as to end up in real trouble with them. So, but it's up to you. If you wanna go right now and start a ruckus in the middle of the afternoon, then be my guest.
I think Kyra's gonna take the rest of the day off.
I will consider it, because I find that pretty funny. Just taking explosives and being like, alright, I need to put one here and one here.
Like, oh, and in case you were wondering about the risk versus reward problem, well, I can assure you, fine folks, that the total pay for this job will be 12,000 to split amongst all your members. So if there's the three of you, then that would be $4,000 each.
This isn't time sensitive, you said?
Not particularly.
Oh, I was asking you to go.
I mean, the only time sensitivity we have, besides like if the actual quest giver gives one, is just when we want to leave.
Yeah, but for
This is
Dapper starts calling you and be like, where is my shipment of unspecified goods?
I don't see why not. It's not that bad, right?
Hey, you got it.
All we have to do is find someone to give us explosives.
Explosives.
And we should have said that he can help you out with that.
Alright. So, how he helping?
And he takes out, he reaches below the bar, and he plops one of those wooden crates full of moonshine onto the countertop, and then he reaches down again, and he puts another crate of what also looks like moonshine on the counter. And he's like, now, my friend, take a look at both of these crates right here, and tell me which one is nitroglycerin and which one is moonshine. And I can tell you right now, it is difficult to tell the difference.
There
There-
is a
there is a
difference or there
difference?
isn't?
Well,
There
technically there would be inconsistency, but like otherwise, nitroglycerin is a clear liquid.
I
And so is
definitely look
moonshine.
at both of them. I look at both of them. I go, I don't drink moonshine, and I also do not make my own
Can I
nitroglycerin.
try to make this distinction?
Sure, give
Since
me
I'm
an
in
intelligence check.
explosives?
No, give me an intelligence check.
Alright. That's a 7.
That's 7. You can tell that the second one he pulled up is the nitroglycerin, but only because the consistency is thicker than water, whereas moonshine is thinner than water.
So I'll point to the second one that he brought up, but I'll be like, it's the nitro.
And moonshine like lets out a very hearty, deep Southern man chuckle, And he's like, yes, my friend, you would be correct. This here is some fine moonshine grade nitroglycerin. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit less delicate, something that won't blow up in your face if you trip on a rock trying to carry it, you could also, look around the farm fields. I'm sure they've got tanks of gasoline and bags of fertilizer. Like you could, shall we
could
say,
make a
jury
fertilizer
rig.
bomb.
But, if you're looking for something a little bit more legitimate, then I suppose I could shell some coin out and buy some grenades or some. Well, we need some little bit more bang
hold
than
on.
grenades.
What?
Hold on. I've got multiple grenades that can possibly do the job. I've got an
Do you have
incendiary grenade. I've got an acid grenade.
Do you have
both of those
enough-
could work well in conjunction with some nitro.
You have
I'm like,
enough for an acre?
Like, well, the grenades won't do a lot of damage to the earth. We would need some
Well,
proper dynamite
obviously.
or shaped charges and some C5.
Well, obviously, but never hurts to have an acid grenade thrown in there or incendiary.
Moonshine shrugs. He takes a bottle of the nitroglycerin, drinks it. No, I'm kidding. It's a bottle of the moonshine, begins drinking it.
I've got
Oh.
an idea.
You got an idea, huh?
Give us the nitro. We'll take the nitro and give us some moonshine.
And he's like, hey, now you're thinking with portals, and he just like taps the. It's an ancient reference by your guys' standards. An ancient
I'll turn to
reference.
him and be like, yeah, and the cake was a lie.
And he's like, there's cake. Get it? Cause
I
he's
miss
fat.
my
and it was a lie.
companion cube.
No, oh, it's your companion cube. What are you talking about?
Oh, it is our companion cube, yeah.
And
God.
then Moonshine pats the two crates, and he's like, I had a feeling one of y'all might suggest that. He's like, here, feel free. Consider it part of your spending budget.
Alright.
Works for me. Man, I never thought I'd be digging up the earth.
And he's like, oh, and if the explosives don't do the job, they probably have some kind of excavator on site. So if you wanted to take the long route and spend a long time there, you could, use the digger and churn the earth up that way.
This is very
But dynamite's more fun, so
I asked him, like, are the residents supposed to be alive?
you mean the farm hands?
They
Whoever.
need to be intact.
I'm asking if
I don't
any
care
dead
who is
bodies.
there. If there's a person there and you happen to have to kill them in self-defense, I really could not be bothered. Look, this place is being targeted for a reason.
I look
Nobody
at him, I go,
cares.
quick. Nobody as in nobody?
I don't care if there's a 5-year-old boy running through that wheat.
No,
if you have to
no,
blow the
no,
place
that's-
up, you blow the place up.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, I don't need to worry about any law. As you can tell, I'm not really from here, so I don't know who cares.
Oh. You mean,
Yeah,
well, it's run by the
legal
KPD. We're still in North America. Yeah, the KPD will take a while to get out there. It's in the I wouldn't quite say it's as far into the boonies as this place, but it's not on a main road. So it would take probably 5, 10, 15 minutes for any kind of KPD response. You'd probably be looking at more trouble from the private security guards than you're gonna be caught by the KPD. Because the KPD, they don't like to come up into these parts of the city because we're the rougher folk up here.
I can imagine. Okay, well, if that's the case, then yeah, I probably will kill if I have to. I mean, defend myself if I have to.
And like, look, I don't think it's perfectly moral for me to encourage you to murder any of these fine folks, but I'm also not gonna tell you not to kill them. So,
I mean, like you said, self-defense is self-defense, right?
Exactly. Now I think with portals. That's when the prospector walks up and goes, he, thinking with dynamite. And walks away.
He was on dynamite. I'm like, Jesus, huh?
Well,
Don't mind the prospector. I think he might hang around the nitroglycerin a bit too much, and it might have evaporated, gotten in his brain. I don't know.
smells-
He huffs and stuff. It's really weird.
Heavily sniffs
Yeah,
nitroglycerin.
just cracks open the mason jar, passes out from the fumes.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his lungs are considered an explosive device. Like, they are flammable. Or
Alright,
gasoline in them
well.
things? Oh boy.
He got. I was gonna say you got a spare shovel, but
I mean,
I
this is a
guess-
mine shaft. I have too many shovels.
I'll
It
be
begins.
borrowing some shovels.
Feel free.
Cool. And then, yeah, I look at Cairo and I go, I'm like, well, I think that 12K will be quite nice.
Yeah. Alright, let's get to it. I mean, I could also have Ankh come with us, and he could just dig the holes.
I mean, the more help digging, the
The
better.
more digging we do, yes, I get it.
Just make sure he doesn't drop the nitroglycerin.
He's not holding the nitroglycerin.
The prospector will only carry the nitroglycerin.
He can come too if you want, you know? He can look
No,
at-
prospector isn't allowed outside of the cave.
I can imagine.
The prospector is a local cryptid, okay? He's
How
not allowed
many-
anywhere
how
near
many,
civilization.
How many glasses of moonshine do we have?
You got 12 of each.
Ah, sick.
A full
Okay.
case.
That will work.
That is a lot of nitroglycerin.
And a lot of
That is,
moonshine.
that's
and
also a
it'll
lot
work.
of moonshine. You could, like a mason jar of moonshine could probably, like, blast a chunk of this mountainside. Like, nitroglycerin is not like that much moonshine. A mason jar could probably take out, like, a level of building. Like a house.
Jesus
Like, it's
Christ.
that's what they used to bore, like, tunnels in mountains back in the 1800s. Like, nitroglycerin
Alright,
is bad
so
stuff.
obviously we're using bonuses hover car.
And do what? You're gonna drop the nitroglycerin on their head?
No!
See that? Wait,
Just like dump the crate out the window and run?
hold on. That would work though.
That
Look out
could work,
below.
yes.
Boom!
Hold on. That actually would work, would it not?
I mean, assuming that,
It
like,
could,
they don't,
yes.
like, see you.
Explode
and-
midair.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, they probably could shoot you or try to, shoot the mason just out of the sky, and that would be like having a flak gun go off next to your car, basically.
It's true. All right, that's an idea. I feel like that's an idea to just carpet bomb this. Okay. Well, yeah. What was your reason for the things again? Wanted.
Hmm?
The reason
What?
for his hover car.
Oh, because it is the smoothest ride.
That is a good point.
You
We
have
don't
a
have to
point.
worry about bumps or going up a literal country roadway. You know.
It'd be so funny to take, like, Kyra's MDRR car that has, like, super low to the ground, you hit a rock too hard, and the whole thing explodes. Like on the mountainside
As you're
landslides
coming
into the
up on-
city.
Well, Wade, you have to
Yeah, Oid's
find new
new-
partners.
Yeah, Oid comes back next week. My God, why is their mountain smaller? What did they do?
Where's Cairo?
No reason.
Only bonus
Hey,
comes
guys,
back 'cause he
where's
would survive
Cairo?
that kind of explosions. You know, he's like cut in half and like missing all
Gone.
of his limbs. Oid, please. Put my brain in the robo body. Let me get some robo bonus. And Ankh survives because Ankh's brain is on the drone too.
Ankh survives purely because he's in the Matrix when it happens.
But yeah, all right, yeah. So I think this mission can be saved for next time. What do you gentlemen think?
I think so.
All right.
Alright. Well, if you enjoyed it, let us know. And we'll see you next time on Quest for the Core. Will we all blow up and die? We don't know. Yes, that's the answer. Yes.